Hi everyone, welcome to Tom's Man Shed. Another review, and it's another camera mount. Or I suppose you could use it as a phone mount, but a bit over the top for that, but a camera mount. Done two others today as well, a tripod one and a mobile phone one. Thought I'd do this. Some detail on the back there if you want to freeze frame it. Basically it just says it's just for smooth surfaces, and we'll try it on a textured dash, but I doubt it'll fit, it'll stick. And weight should be less than 3 kilograms, so that's well within most digital SLRs. So we'll just unpack it. See what's in it. Like I said, I got this one because the only ones I had were just single mounts like that, which is a bit much to rely on the weight of a digital SLR like this Canon M50 I'm talking to you into now, to rely on that as you're driving along in your car. I know a lot of people do it like on the bonnet or on a door or something, and I wouldn't like to try that. I think I'd have some sort of tether on me camera as well if it dropped off. I'm only ever going to use it inside for sticking on like the inside of the window, so that it can film me as a driver or behind me or on the sunroof or something like that. So basically what you get in the packet is that. So I've not even looked at how you assemble it myself. That's the first time open. You get that. You get this, which is a little ball joint. It's quite weighty, that. It's glasses on. Yeah, it's solid metal, that outside bit. So we've got that, and we've got the thing, so you'll put that on the camera, clamp that there. You've got that, which is a GoPro type action camera mount, so I can mount my Osmo with that, with the thing in the bottom. I've got one or two of them, but they're really handy to have that actual piece. You get these kits with all sorts of like waist straps and headbands and floating mounts and millions of these sort of things, but they hardly ever include this flat thing with the screw in, so that's handy. So there's that, and there are two screws. Got the sellotaped in at the moment, but there's these two countersunk Phillips screws. So there's no instructions or anything. So I'm gonna screw it all together now, and then I'm going to show it you in use in the car. I will have this camera mounted on it, and I haven't got any other digital SLR to film it, so I'll do the filming with me Osmo Action. So the audio might not be quite as good as this, but it ain't bad. So let's see how it fits in the car. Okay, so here it is, all screwed together. That's the Canon M50 on there, the mic. So basically it's just three. They're just standard. These pads are just a standard type. They're not like if you haven't seen the video on the phone mount, take a look at that. I'll put a link in. If you look at the top corner, there'll be a link to that. The pads on that they are coated with like a sticky stuff, which enables them to stick to a textured surface as well. So we'll try this on a textured surface in a minute. But basically, them two bolts I showed you on the intro, you just need one of them. It screws through there, and then the other bit screws on there. You either pick that bit, where my thumb is, to mount a normal camera, and that screw bit there is just a normal thread that screws into the bottom of the camera, the 1/4" thread. And then you lock that lock nut up, or you screw the GoPro one on. So you don't need two bolts, so just give you one as a spare, obviously. So this is it in the car. Yeah, I'm not happy with this at all. It's I would not recommend this. It sticks to the windscreen okay, but this little bit here, it's just not long enough. The camera is just too close to the suckers. You've hardly any movement. That's about it. If you want to flip the screen out and look, I can't get it any sort of further back than that. So it's tipping down. Very, very limited in movement. I'm just going to try it stuck to the roof. Okay, well, that's better. I've got more movement on it. I can tip it up, down, quite a way around. But luckily I've got the glass sunroof. Now that is tight. That screw is tight, and yet it's not gripping that ball very well at all. So yeah, I think it's back to the drawing board on this one, guys. It's pretty rubbish, really. Taking it. Sorry about trying to do it while holding the action cam, but it's just not very good. I'm just going to try sticking it to this surface now. Now I've just tried to stick all three to that part of the dash, and it doesn't. I'll just demonstrate just with one sucker. So it's just your conventional sucker, but on a textured surface. If I push that down as hard as I can and push the lever down, nothing. I'll try wetting it. Okay, licked it now. Shove it down onto the lever down, nothing. So yeah, it's I won't be returning it because it's not actually broken or faulty or anything. It's just a very poor design. I'll go into the details now to tell you. Advise you not to get it. Okay, so yeah, not a great trial in the car. Don't know whether I'll be keeping this or sending it back. It's not broken or faulty as such, but it isn't right that it claims it can hold up to 3 kilogram digital SLR. If you look at that, you'll see. If you want to freeze frame it or whatever, you'll see somewhere on there that it mentions 3 kilogram. Now, if you look, these top two pictures, where are we? Yeah, you've two pictures of it holding a GoPro action cam, which it's okay at. Two pictures of it holding a digital SLR. Now that one there, it's it won't be too bad in that position, but in a car you can't put it on your dash because those type of pads, them suction pads, will not stick to a textured surface. And that one there, stuck to the side window, yeah, you can see it is looking at a downward angle. Well, that basically is the only angle you can get, because, put my glasses on for this, because as it's on, if you can imagine that is your side window, you've got a slot here in there. You can angle it down. You can't really angle it up much because it catches, the back of the camera catches on the back here. It's hard to describe in thing, but by the time you've got it at any sort of angle, it's back so far, the camera, that it's too close. The back of the digital SLR is too close to there. You're alright with a little thing like that on it, no problem. But the main fault with this is this ball joint. Now, even though it's metal and it feels reasonably well machined, this screw is just not up to the job. It doesn't grip it enough. I've got that round. It's like, it feels as if it might be sort of about to start stripping its thread, and then when you undo it, it's tight. I don't do it any tighter or it'll strip the thread. And look, I can move it with my hand. Now that just ain't good enough. That is not gonna hold any digital SLR like this. It's not even gonna hold a compact camera, let alone anything up to 3 kilograms, 7 pounds. Not a cat in hell's chance. Now, the ball joint on the tripod I've got this camera on, the Joby Gorilla Pod, is a beautiful ball joint. Big chunky screw. You only have to tighten it sort of hand tight, and you cannot move it. And even this, now I reviewed this. I'll put a link up up here for this tiny little camera that I got for the Osmo, and it's been great. I've used it a couple of times, and if you look, the head fully articulated, and it's plastic. It's like a very dense fiberglass type plastic, and you just close that catch there. But that is now solid. You know, I can't move that. There's no, you know, I could screw me digital SLR to that. I cannot. That was with all my force. I was pressing against that. I couldn't press any harder and it would not move. And that's just with a simple catch like that. So it can be done on a small ball joint. Joby's done it. This has done it. That, sorry, ain't up to it. As tight as I can get that, and that is slipping. So yeah, basically it's either going back for a refund, or I'll just keep it for the GoPro. But it does seem a bit overkill. So it does seem a bit overkill to have three stickers for the GoPro. The only thing I could use it on is on, say, the roof of my car. If I was filming outside, I won't want to put me DJ Osmo Action on the roof of my car. But if I had an older GoPro, I suppose, that wasn't worth much money, I might risk it. And then the three suction cups would give you more security than one suction cup. But that is the only instant I could think of why 3 would be better than 1. You don't need 3 for a GoPro. You only need it for heavier cameras, and the mount itself with that ball joint can't take heavier cameras. it would move down, no problem whatsoever. Say, I can't get any more on that. It will strip the thread, and it's not comfy to grip. It's quite close. What it needs, that needs to be further out to give you more clearance at the back of your camera, particularly if you've got a flip out screen. So you've plenty of left and right, up and down movement no matter where you've got this stuck. And that ball needs redesigning. Needs to be a bigger one, a slightly grippier one, a better bolt that locks it. So for 12 quid, and I've just looked, I'm going to put a link down below for what it is. It is a Fantaseal, the thing on the front, Fantaseal, make it different. Well, that is true, they make it different than other ones because it's not very good. Yesterday when I ordered it, it was 12 quid. It's now 13 quid, and so it's gone up a pound overnight. So I wouldn't recommend it at that price. I don't think I've ever, I've had to send one thing back to Amazon once, I think. So I'll see what the return procedure is like, see if I can return it, because I'm going to have to research another one and get another one. But yeah, not recommended, folks. There's got to be better out there. And if I do get a better one, I shall do a review on it. But not recommended this one at all. Okay, I thought I'd just add this as a supplemental bit at the end. I said I was unsure whether to send it back to Amazon, but I thought, sod it, yeah, I will. So I've got it all packed up, ready to send them back. I don't know whether you've ever sent anything back to Amazon, but it's really, really easy. It must be the easiest company to do that. You just click return, and then it asks you why you're returning it. It doesn't have to be faulty or anything. You can just say, I don't want it anymore, and they'll accept a return. And you've a few options. You can either print your own label, pack it up, print your own label and post it, or you can take it to a local Hermes shop near you, a shop that's been designated as like a collection point, or the post office, and that's what I've clicked. They just email you a Q code to your phone. You take the Q code into the phone, into the shop with the parcel. Show the shopkeeper that. They scan it, print their own label, and that's it. It's as easy as that. So I thought, sod it, it's 13 quid. Might as well get my money back. So that's what I've done. Hang on a minute. Bear with me. The door letting the light in is shutting. Sorry. Yeah, having had a look on Amazon's site, I did rush into it a bit, which is quite unlike me, because I usually spend hours and hours looking through every available item and reading reviews on it and things like that. But on closer look, I've seen this exact same item by various manufacturers, so it's obviously some generic, cheaply churned out item for cheaper prices than I paid. So I could have even got it for cheaper, but it was bad about. I'll get my money back. Looking at other ones, different designs, they are a lot dearer. So it's seeming that if you want a stick-on suction type car mount to hold digital SLR, and like I say, my Canon M50 is only sort of like just under 700 grams with the mic on it, nothing like the 3 kilograms that's claimed by this one. It's looking like if you want one that's reasonably sort of made, you're looking 40, sort of 45, 50 quid worth upwards. They go right up to a big professional looking ones for 300 quid. So I hope this has been of some use. If you know of any, I'm going to have to put it on hold for a while, I think, because I've no mad need for it just yet, so I'll just keep on looking. But if you are aware of any that's maybe around the, I don't know, £20–30 mark, something like that, that stick on, little stick onto the inside of your car window, and hopefully have a fully articulated ball head that will actually hold the weight of a digital SLR, please let us know in the replies. So again, hope it's been some use to you. This give us a thumbs up if it has, thumbs down if it hasn't. Subscribe to the channel if you like these reviews, and I'll catch you for another one very, very soon. Bye for now.